And that said, your supportive letter is complete. Welcome back to another video, guys, and welcome back to Canadian Desi. Today's topic will also be specifically related to the spousal sponsorship, where I will show you guys a thing that you can do to higher up your chances for approval. This is something that is just overlooked most of the times, and sometimes people don't find it that important to do. My last video turned out to be very long, where I talked about all the forms that are asked to be submitted in the spousal sponsorship application, but I had no choice since I wanted to put all the information in one single video. But in this video, I have the choice to give out the information in as short video as possible. So let's get started with it. Alright, but before moving on to the video, if you're new to this channel and if you're someone who is looking for some info on spousal sponsorship in Canada, or if you're planning to apply for it soon, then make sure to hit that red subscribe button down there that keeps calling out for a hard punch. I post videos on a regular basis regarding different immigration topics specifically related to Canada. So if Canada is of your interest, please make sure to subscribe. Alright, so today's topic is basically about having a support letter created by any of your relatives. Either it's one of your close friends, your cousin, your uncle, or even someone you never met before your wedding. That's how you know how big the Indian weddings are. So this is where you, either the sponsor or the principal applicant, ask one of your relatives to create a letter subjecting to the whom it may concern or simply to the Citizenship and Immigration Canada that specifies and talks about your relationship in general and how much they enjoyed your wedding. Generally, the letter only has to be created by the person who is vouching for your relationship, but if they have no idea how to do it or what information needs to be talked about, then you can certainly watch this video and help them have an idea on how to create one. In this video, I will show you an example of how my friend created a letter to vouch for me and my wife's relationship in a simple and easily understandable letter. Okay, so let's move on to my desk and start creating a Word file. Alright, so before starting, please be advised that this letter is just an example from a friend's point of view. You can have this letter created in any format or with any sort of information that you think will be relevant to your application, and you don't necessarily need to copy each and every word out of this example. And also, this letter can be created by any of your relatives either living inside Canada or outside in any other part of the world. As long as they were part of your marriage or other celebrations or occasions, you should be good. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, you first start with either to whom it may concern or to Citizenship and Immigration Canada. After that, you can type, I am writing this letter in support of your full name and your spouse's full name, application for sponsorship and permanent residency. After that, your friend or your supporter can write something like how long they have known you or your spouse, or else you can describe the circumstances in brief on how you guys got to meet each other for the first time in life. For example, this friend of mine have known me since school days, since we both studied at the same school. So he wrote that I have known Sarb since our school days and we used to study at the so-and-so school together and we have been friends since 2005, etc. After that, you can talk a little bit more about how your friendship or your childhood went together so far. Make sure you're not talking way too much because the officials got no time to know the whole story. For example, he mentioned that a lot of our classes happened to be together, which is how we were able to spend ample of time and eventually became good friends. Now comes the part where he finally starts talking about me and my wife's relationship. So here he mentioned that he first came to know about my wife when I introduced her in 2018 on a family occasion where he was also invited. This is where I told him about getting married, and to further emphasize on it, he also wrote that I clearly told him that I have finally found my compatible partner and have made the decision to marry her. Later, he talks about how good he felt when he saw us both standing together on the day of our marriage or the party or any other occasion, and also that he personally felt that me and my wife were made for each other. Later, he mentions some optional information as well, that he was not able to attend our engagement ceremony due to some personal reasons. So similarly, your supporter can mention something like this as well, whatever matches your scenario. And then he mentions the name of my other friends as well who were invited at my wedding. I will use some made up names here. And then he talks about how well he enjoyed the wedding ceremony. After that, he mentions we both are still in contact with each other and whenever possible we hang out together on family picnics and all that stuff. In the end, he closes the letter by writing that this letter is to confirm and vouch for the loving relationship between me and my wife. I personally felt very obliged to be a part of my friend's marriage and hence confirmed that the couple is very much in love. The relationship among them is pure and true to the best of my knowledge. Lastly, he writes that if the officials have any other questions related to our relationship, then they may feel free to contact him at any time at the number provided below. And that said, your supportive letter is complete. Okay guys, so this is the way how you can have a support letter created by any of your relatives that will help further strengthen your application. Make sure the letter is not too long, but keep it as precise and to the point as possible. And also write all the useless information that does not need to be added. And before you close this video, If you really liked today's information and if I helped you in any way in preparation of your application, then please hit the like button you see down there and show some love in the comment section. If you have any questions related to the video, or if you would like to suggest a topic for a future video, then please mention it in the comment section as well. I'm all ears for you all. Also, if you don't want to miss on any of my upcoming videos related to this topic, then please make sure to punch this button at the bottom of the screen. I post videos on new topics on a weekly basis. So until next time, see you again on Canadian Desi.